Hello, today I am going to explain to you the difference between colons and semicolons. I will kind of elaborate on its different uses and give you some examples having to do with my beautiful and sometimes insufferable cat, Groucho. Okay, so semicolons connect two related ideas into what is technically one sentence. Okay, Groucho is a selfish jerk, which is one idea. And then he only interacts with you when he wants food. That's the second idea, which is directly related to this first idea that he's a selfish jerk. If anything, it kind of enforces this first idea here in the sentence. So the use of a semicolon is really ideal and effective in conveying these ideas. Um, Colons can be used for lists. For example, Groucho is good for the following things. Okay. And then preceding the colon is the list of things he's good for. Okay. Eating, being a jerk, missing the litter box. Okay. And a colon, it's very versatile. It can also be used to introduce a concept. Groucho woke up with the urge to do what he loved the most. And notice there's kind of an element of suspense in here, okay? What does he love the most? So that information is what's going to precede the colon. And so, what does he love to do the most? Eating. Now, colons tend to be more common than semicolons. Semicolons will only or pretty much only show up in prose. So that is any kind of thing that requires a continuous text, a continuous string of text and complete sentences. So stories, essays, etc. But colons are used for things like forms or questionnaires, like for example, applications, um, your tax forms, um, less formal things too, like surveys and fun little questionnaires. Um, it's the most common use, or the most famous place where colons show up are in the dictionary. So for definitions, you'll have a word and a colon, and preceding that word in the colon is that word's definition. So the definition for Groucho is a jerk whose only interest is to shed his fur everywhere and get into food. Colons are also used for titles and headings, which also might be a part of these prose. Colons also show up in regular prose. They might show up in the middle of an article or the middle of a story or essay. It really depends. But they're very common in titles and headings. If you hadn't noticed, these headings here all have colons. Um, in a lot of academic articles, there will be a phrase, a little catchphrase, and then an elaboration upon that catchphrase. Um, and then again, like I said, forms and questionnaires, we have the information or like question, and then the information being sought out, and then the information is given after the colon. I would say the primary difference between colons and semicolons is that colons, you can always separate the two parts of the sentence and make it into two complete sentences. So, for example, here, the first part of the sentence, we got Groucho is a selfish jerk. That can sustain itself as a sentence alone. And then the second part also is a complete sentence. Now, with colons, this could be true. Okay. For example, this part, there was a catch. Okay, that's a complete sentence. And the second part is also a complete sentence. So it can work. But very often, there is not what could be a complete sentence preceding the colon. Okay. Eating is just one word. It's not a complete thought. It's not a complete sentence. So that is what I would say is the biggest difference between the two of them.